यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना
यमुनतीरावनचारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय Invocation prayers. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudiraye nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati ruttama sloke bhaktir bhavati naistuki mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate kirim यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदिनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यईश्वरं वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवाशादि गौरभक्तवृन्दा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। We are reading from Canto 7, The Signs of God, Chapter 5, Prahlāda, the saintly son of Hiranyakashipu, verse number 30. śrī-prahrāda uvāca matir na kṛṣṇe parataḥ svato vā mitho bhipadyeta gṛha-vratānām adānta-gobhir viśatāṁ tamisraṁ punaḥ carvita-carvaṇānām matir na kṛṣṇe parataḥ svato vā mitho bhipadyeta gṛha-vratānām adānta-gobhir viśatāṁ tamisraṁ punaḥ carvita-carvaṇānām punaḥ carvita-carvaṇānām। Prabhus. śrī-prahrāda uvāca matir na kṛṣṇe parataḥ svato vā mitho bhipadyeta gṛha-vratānām adānta-gobhir viśatāṁ tamisraṁ punaḥ carvita-carvaṇānām। Shri Prahlāda Mahārāja matir na kṛṣṇe parataḥ svato vā mitho bhipadyeta gṛha-vratānām adānta-gobhir viśatāṁ tamisraṁ punaḥ carvita-carvaṇānām. Vaishnavis. śrī-prahrāda uvāca matir na kṛṣṇe parataḥ svato vā mitho bhipadyeta gṛha-vratānām adānta-gobhir viśatāṁ tamisraṁ punaḥ carvita-carvaṇānām. śrī-prahrāda uvāca matir na kṛṣṇe parataḥ svato vā mitho bhipadyeta gṛha-vratānām adānta-gobhir viśatāṁ tamisraṁ punaḥ carvita-carvaṇānām. Word to word meaning. śrī-prahrāda uvāca. Prahlad Maharaj said, matiḥ, inclination, na, never, kṛṣṇe, unto Lord Kṛṣṇa, parataḥ, from the instructions of others, svataḥ, from their own understanding, va, either, mithaḥ, from combined effort, Bhipadyeta is developed. Gṛha-vratānām of persons too addicted to the materialistic bodily conception of life. Adānta, uncontrolled. Gobhir, by the senses. Viśatāṁ, entering. Tamisraṁ, hellish life. Punaḥ, again. Punaḥ, again. Carvita, things already chewed. Carvaṇānām, who are chewing. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Prahlāda Maharaj replied, because of their uncontrolled senses, persons too addicted to materialistic life make progress towards hellish conditions and repeatedly chew that which has already been chewed. Their inclination toward Kṛṣṇa are never aroused, either by the instructions of others, by their own efforts, or by a combination of both. Purport. In this verse, the words matir na kṛṣṇe refer to devotional service rendered to Kṛṣṇa. So-called politicians, erudite scholars and philosophers who read Bhagavad-gīta try to twist some meaning from it to suit their material purposes. But their misunderstandings of Kṛṣṇa will not yield them any profit, because such politicians, philosophers, and scholars are interested in using Bhagavad-gīta as a vehicle for adjusting things materially. For them, constant thought of Kṛṣṇa or Kṛṣṇa consciousness is impossible. Matir na kṛṣṇe, as stated in Bhagavad-gīta, 18th chapter, 55th verse, Bhaktya mam abhijanati. Only through devotional service can one understand Kṛṣṇa as he is. The so-called politicians and scholars think of Kṛṣṇa as fictitious. The politician says that his Kṛṣṇa is different from the Kṛṣṇa depicted in Bhagavad-gīta. Even though he accepts Kṛṣṇa and Rama as the supreme, he thinks of Rama and Kṛṣṇa as impersonal because he has no idea of service to Kṛṣṇa. Thus, his only business is punaḥ carvita-carvaṇānām, chewing the chewed again and again. The aim of such politicians and academic scholars is to enjoy the material world with their bodily senses. Therefore, it is clearly stated here that those who are gṛha-vratānām, whose only aim is to live comfortably with the body in the material world, can't understand Kṛṣṇa. The two expressions, gṛha-vratānām and carvita-carvaṇānām, indicate that a materialistic person tries to enjoy sense gratification in different bodily forms, life after life, but is still unsatisfied. In the name of personalism, thisism or thatism, such persons always remain attached to the materialistic way of life. As stated in Bhagavad-gīta, 2nd chapter, 44th verse, Bhogaishvarya prashaktānām taya pahrita chetasām vivasāyātmika buddhi samadau na vidīyate. In the minds of those who are too attached to sense enjoyment and materialistic opulence, and who are bewildered by such things, the resolute determination for devotional service to the Supreme Lord does not take place. Those who are attached to material enjoyment can't be fixed in devotional service to the Lord. They can't understand Bhagavan Kṛṣṇa or his instruction Bhagavad-gīta. Adānta-gobhir viśatāṁ tamisraṁ. Their path actually leads towards hellish life. As confirmed by Rishabhdev, Mahad sevam dvaram ahur vimukte. One must try to understand Kṛṣṇa by serving a devotee. The word Mahad refers to a devotee. Mahatmanastu mam pata daivim prakritim ashritaha bhajantyananta manaso nyatva bhutadim avyayam. O son of Pritha, those who are not deluded, the great souls, are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. Bhagavad Gita 9, chapter 13th verse. A Mahatma is one who is constantly engaged in devotional service 24 hours a day. As explained in the following verses, unless one adheres to such a great personality, one can't understand Kṛṣṇa. Hiranyakashipu wanted to know where Prahlad had got this Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Who had taught him? Prahlad sarcastically replied, "My dear father, persons like you never understand Kṛṣṇa. One can understand Kṛṣṇa only by serving a mahat, a great soul. Those who try to adjust material conditions are said to be chewing the chewed. No one has been able to adjust material conditions, but life after life, generation after generation, people try and repeatedly fail. Unless one is properly trained by a mahat, a mahatma, or unalloyed devotee of the Lord, there is no possibility of one's understanding Kṛṣṇa and his devotional service." Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnananda Mirandasya Jnana Chalakaya Chachurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Thapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapatantikam Vandeham Shri Gurun Shri Yudapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Chakrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Satvaidam Savadudam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishavanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Hari Om Tat Sat. So we are reading from Canto 7, Chapter 5, text number 13. So this whole chapter is talking about the saintly son, Prahlad Maharaj of Hiranyakashipu. So we see that Hiranyakashipu is too puffed up. He thinks he is everything. And we all know that Hiranyakashipu is demoniac. And as explained by the previous speakers, and you have been hearing again and again, that Prahlad Maharaj, just at the age of 5 years, is so saintly. And he is a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord. And we see that Hiranyakashipu, as a father, he has to put him under education, his son. So he put Prahlad Maharaj under the sons of Sukracharya, his spiritual master, Shandan Amarka, to teach politics, economics, and materialistic activities. But already Prahlad Maharaj is pure because in the womb of his mother, he heard from Sri Narada Muni. Narada Muni is a great Vaishnava himself and is a pure devotee of the Lord. He is a Mahat. And as this purport mentions, whom we have to take instructions? We have to take instructions only from a Mahatma, great souls. We can't take instructions from normal people. So further in this chapter you will see that in the next verse we can see that if you learn, like from a blind man, what will a blind man do? A blind man leads another blind man, they'll fall down. Prahlad Maharaj says that, they'll go into ditch. So if you take instructions from a materialistic person, that's not going to help out. And Śrī Prabhupada himself points out as such. And we see that in this chapter, Hiranyakashipu is, as a father, he is calling Prahlad, come here. And he puts him on a lap lovingly and asks him, what did you learn? And Prahlad Maharaj, in the previous, in 23-24, he talks about the 9 process of devotional service. Beautifully he explained, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. And he tells all the 9 process of devotional service, which helps one to go back home, back to Godhead. And Hiranyakashipu gets angry. He calls out Shanda, the son of his spiritual master Sukracharya. He asks him, what is this nonsense? What is my son speaking? He is thinking that because of association or somebody leading him, misleading him, he is talking all this. So he is asking. And Sundari says, no, I never taught him all this. Don't come to misconception. I never ever taught him all this. And Hiranyakashipu says, please teach him properly. Let him learn properly. And we see how Hiranyakashipu, the demoniac nature, is that he's so puffed up that he wants everybody, out of envy, he wants everybody to worship him. He doesn't want people to worship God. He doesn't even believe in God because he's demoniac. So, further we see that Hiranyakashipu calls Prahlāda Mahārāja and asks, what did you learn? And then Prahlāda Mahārāja, you can see Narada Muni is telling, when Hiranyakashipu came to know from his teacher Sunda that he didn't teach, he is addressing Prahlāda Mahārāja, where have you got this information from? Where did you learn all this? And then Prahlāda Mahārāja is replying to Hiranyakashipu that people who are addicted to sense gratification, they can't even understand devotional service. They don't know anything. And what they do? punaś carvita-carvaṇānām. So this is repeated by Srila Prabhupada many a times. He gives this reference of punaś carvita-carvaṇānām. He gives the example of camel. What does the camel do? Camel eats thorns. When it eats thorn, the thorn, what happens? It picks the tongue and blood is oozing. But the camel tastes it. Own blood, huh? Camel tastes it. So, we see here that one who is too engrossed in sense gratification, devotional service does not take place. That's why Prabhupada gives reference from 2nd chapter, 44th verse, Bhogaishwarya prashaktana taya paritashya. So the resolute determination for devotional service does not take place. Why? Because they are too engrossed in sense gratification. Just like the camel's example. Own blood it is tasting, huh? But it is not knowing that it is tasting its own blood. Chewing the chewed. Prabhupada also gives example of sugarcane. Sugarcane is very tasty when you taste it. Chew it, take all the rasa, the essence, throw it off. Somebody wants to know how a sugarcane is. They just take it and chew it, how it is. People quote often that Prabhupada, when he was going in flight, he used to watch movies. And because of that, I am also watching movie. Huh? Because Prabhupada did, Acharya did, so I can also do. But Prabhupada's vision is completely different. He is a Mahat, he is a Mahatma. Charlie Chaplin is very humorous. I mean, he was seeing the movie, Prabhupada was saying, humor comes from Kṛṣṇa. Prabhupada comments, humor comes from Kṛṣṇa. Everything comes from Kṛṣṇa because we are part and parcel of Kṛṣṇa. We also have that. So, we see in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Mamaivamso Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. We are all part and parcel of Kṛṣṇa. Good and bad comes from Kṛṣṇa. The greatest of gamblers, Kṛṣṇa. But when he does, the greatest of thieves also Kṛṣṇa. When Kṛṣṇa steals, he steals the hearts. Kṛṣṇa steals butter. Kṛṣṇa, when he does activities, he is the Supreme Lord. Whatever he does, it's all nectarian. And when we steal, we will be put in jail. We can't do the same. What to talk about others? Yudhishthira Maharaj, he is Dharmaraj himself. conductor of dharma, righteousness. When he did gambling, is it accepted? Even today, Mahabharata, we all know the story. In the gambling match, he kept all his brothers, he kept his wife. That's not accepted. It's not accepted. You can't do it. So, we see here that sense gratification, what is real education? Real education is knowing about Krishna. What Prahlāda Mahārāja is trying to teach us is to get us prepared to go back home, back to Godhead. His behavior, saintly behavior, shows us that we have to prepare ourselves to go back home, back to Godhead. So what we have to do? We have to get proper instructions. You cannot get instructions just like that. We have to get instructions from a Mahat, from a Mahat. As he is telling here, that just by one's own endeavors you cannot learn. There are many things which we can't learn. Of late, I came across, Google doesn't teach you everything. We all say Google, uvāca, anything, you just open Google, and there's a go for searching. Just go into Bhagavad-gīta. Bhagavad-gīta teaches everything. Anything and everything Bhagavad-gīta teaches. But we see materialistic people, there are dushkritina, miscreants. There are 4 types. In 7th chapter of Bhagavad-gīta, Lord himself says, 15th verse, there are 4 types of people who don't surrender. Who are they? Muda, fools. Naradama, lowest among mankind. Maya pratyajnana, the knowledge covered by illusory energy. And ashiram bhavam ashritaḥ, people who are demoniac in nature. So Hiranyakashipu comes into demoniac nature. And Sanda and Amarka comes into Maya Purudagyan. Because their knowledge is covered by illusory energy. They are teaching all nonsense to Prahlāda Mahārāja. And we see there are great many scientists. And so many, Prabhupada himself says in Bhagavad-gīta introduction, there are so many editions of Bhagavad-gīta. Why he named it Bhagavad-gīta as it is? It's not delivered as it is. It has to come starting from Kṛṣṇa, we are in disciplic succession. It has to be delivered as it is. There should not be any misinterpretation. We can't interpret. We have to say what our Guru says. Our Guru will say what his Guru says. And it goes straight to Kṛṣṇa. That's a chain of disciplic succession. The same goes into doing things. Are we so eligible and qualified? We don't offer to the Lord. Even every day offering bhoga to the Lord, what we do? We offer through Guru. And Guru offers to Kṛṣṇa. And it comes down from Kṛṣṇa via Guru. Because Guru is already has seen everything. As Bhagavad-gīta, 4th chapter, 34th verse says that. They have seen the truth already. So, instructions we can't receive from others. We are still impure. You can see great many examples. Śrī Prabhupada himself is a Mahat. He just went to the West to fulfill the vision of his Gurudev. And the mission is to make Kṛṣṇa conscious devotees. Even he said 1% become Kṛṣṇa conscious and the whole world will change. Śrī Prabhupada mentioned. And he turned hippies to happies. You can see Śrīla Prabhupada comments, beautiful comments. Śrīla Prabhupada always mentions that you can't enjoy. Offer food to the stomach. If the stomach is full, then the whole body gets nourished. So if Kṛṣṇa is nourished, then we are all nourished. Because he is the Ishavashyam idam sarvam. He is the owner and controller of everything. He is the proprietor of everything. As Isha Upanishad, mantra 1, invocation and mantra 1, you can see that Lord is the owner and control. Invocation talks about Om Purnam. The Lord is complete. And we have emanated from the complete. Because we have emanated from the complete, we remain complete. Last Bhagavad Gita, Lord himself says, we are part and parcel. Because we are part and parcel, we also have the qualities. Not in full, but a little bit. So Hiranyakashipu's enviousness, is it agreed? No, it's not. Just 5-year-old Prahlad Maharaj, when he hears devotional service from Prahlad Maharaj's mouth, he gets agitated, gets angry. The father and mother of a child, if the child is not behaving properly, what they do? Chanakya Pandit says, Sama Beda Dhana Dandam. First, you are neutral, Sama. Then, Beda. Beda means you tell the difference, what's right, what's wrong to the child. You teach the child. Then Dhana, you start giving gifts to the child. Hey, you get first class in your school, I'll give you this, I'll give you that. Dhana. Nothing works, Dandam. You take the stick and beat the child. And you have to learn before 5 years, I'm not telling this, Acharyas are telling this. So the child has to be trained within 5 years to be proper. After 5 years, gone, finish. They can't do anything much. When one is young, it's very easy and tender. Clay is very tender. You can just make whatever you want. But already a molded clay, again you have to take off and then redo from the beginning. So, we see there are people who use scriptures for their own wish. And they have their own comments. When I was young, I was put in a missionary. And I was put in Ramakrishna missionary. And they taught, the leader there taught, that it's very clearly said, Shri Bhagavan uvāca. They are telling that Devi, Durga Devi, is telling. There is no mention of that anywhere in Bhagavad Gita. I was trained in Sanskrit and I was also taught to pronounce properly. And there are district level Sanskrit recitation competitions of Bhagavad Gita. I was trained to go, and in district level I got prize that time when I was young. I didn't even know the meaning of all that. But Kṛṣṇa has everything, there is a purpose. I recited Hare Krishna mantra when I was there in the missionary. Hare Krishna mantra first time, I never heard about it. I am from the south. In south, there is not much recitation of Hare Krishna mantra. They don't even know about Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they don't know. Now, they have brought it into the books. It is there in the book. In the school books, they have given the example of Mahaprabhu. But before it was not there, in my times. I don't know who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. After coming into Krishna consciousness in ISKCON, I came to know and I learned many things. Why we do, why we should do, what we should do, and how we should go about. There are many things. But here we see Prahlad Maharaj is just 5-year-old, and the child, what to talk about child, even adults, I'll kill you if somebody threatens you. Then generally we see people, they don't do it. Even if it is right. There are many people who just back off, afraid of their life. Why I have to do it? They just go off. But Mahatmas never back off. As an example, the saintly son of Prahlad, Hiranyakashipu Prahlad Maharaj, he shows, he was made to be bit by snake. He was put under elephant. Just imagine a 5-year-old child, how much you will be in fear. He never backed off. He was totally surrendered to Krishna. When you are in fear, what you will do? Hold tightly the feet of one you love. So Prahlāda Maharaj was very strong. His faith was so strong. Shraddha, faith is very important. His faith was so strong that he was holding the feet of Lord Vishnu. He never ever left. And Krishna is so merciful. He takes everything. We have seen many examples. When Haridas Thakur was beaten in 21 marketplaces, Mahaprabhu took all the beatings. And we can see he didn't die. He didn't die. He was put in the river, was thrown into the river. He didn't die. Lord protects. Lord says himself. In the 9th chapter he says, Yogakshema mahamyaham. What you don't have, I give you that. I carry what you lack. Lord says it. Ananyas chintayanto ma. In that verse he says that. So Lord is so merciful that, and we see continuing, Prahlāda Maharaj when asked, he says, where is your Lord? Is he there everywhere? Yes, he is there everywhere. Lord is there as Paramatma in everybody's heart. The Lord is making him to speak. Yeah, I am there everywhere. He is there here in this pillar. Yes, he is there in this pillar. Even today, this happened in Satya Yuga. In Satya Yuga it happened, if you go to Ahobilam in the south of India, that stamba, the pillar is still there. And the remnants of the palace of Hiranyakashipu is still there. If you go to south of India. Because people want proof. Without proof, I will not accept. Scientists even today, they do this law. In Bhagavad Gita, we see different yoga process, and Ashtanga yoga is one of the process. You see Dhruva Maharaj's story in Bhagavatam, if you have heard. Dhruva Maharaj was living only through air. After some time, he even stopped that. He even stopped breathing air. He was living through air, but he stopped also. How is that possible? Not to intake anything. Scientists say within 1 month you will die. Without drinking water. Generally, that is general. On an average, 1 month you can tolerate. 1 month, after 1 month, it depends on bodies. Person to person, according to the bodily strength. Without anything, you can't survive more than a month. So it can happen. But it is there that scientists go and they research people. There are bhabas, there are yogis who don't eat, who don't breathe air, and they live for years. Even today, the scientists do research. How is this possible? What is happening? They do all research. And they haven't come to a conclusion how this has happened. But it's very clear. All the instruction in the Vedas, the scriptures talk about this. Different process is there. But the easiest process is bhakti yoga, devotional service. For this yuga. So, Prahlāda Maharaj was never afraid. Even if he was afraid, he was holding the feet of the Supreme. He was just there. And when his father is asking, he is telling, one is too much in sense gratification. They cannot understand. The 3rd chapter, we see that yajna sishtashina santo. Santa means devotees. What they do? They offer sacrifice. The food is offered to the Lord, to Yagneshwara. Prabhupada also mentions in the 5th chapter of, we see Kṛṣṇa himself says, Bhoktāram yajña tapasam sarvaloka maheshwar. He is the owner, he is the benefactor, he is everything. He himself proclaims, I am everything. So without giving to Kṛṣṇa, without giving to stomach, the body cannot be nourished. So without Kṛṣṇa being satisfied, we can't be satisfied. The finger wants to taste the sweet, but the stomach tastes this. But you think your licking and all that is tasting with the tongue, huh? The senses, gratification. But which has to be nourished? The stomach has to be nourished. The same goes with all of us. We are part and parcel of Kṛṣṇa. Everything is Kṛṣṇa. Everything is owned by Kṛṣṇa. Whatever we have is Kṛṣṇa. So the knowledge that everything belongs to Kṛṣṇa, we are just as servant. Gopi bhatur pada kamalayor dasa dasanudasa. We are just servant of the maid servants of the gopis. Chaitanya Charitamrita says in Madhya that in 80th verse, we see this, that we are all servants or the maid servants of the gopis. Mahaprabhu himself says. So he is stressing the disciplic succession. As a devotee, how one should behave, how one should be, it's all shown by Mahaprabhu himself. He never claims himself to be Kṛṣṇa. You can see that. He closes his ears. So, we can enjoy through Kṛṣṇa. Akshaya Tritiya just now came. The Akshaya Patra was given to the Pandavas. Why the Akshaya Patra was given? Because who came? Durvasa Muni came. Who sent him? Duryodhana sent him. Because these people are in exile. Still they are grahasthas. They have to follow the rules of grahasthas. You have to feed the guests who come to your house. Atiti Devo Bhava. The guest is considered to be Deva, a god, demigod. So, we see here that when he was sent, then we know Draupadi is so much close to Kṛṣṇa, started praying, Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa, do something, help me. What am I to do in this situation? Then Kṛṣṇa gave Akshaya Patra. The Patra where until you put the Patra down, it will have things to feed the guest. That was given on Akshaya Triti. On that day it was given. On that day, she finished everything, she just washed the vessel, put down. After that, Durvasa came along with his disciples. Yudhishthira said, please go take bath, come back, we'll feed you. And how to feed? Already the Patra is down. Again, Draupadi praying to Kṛṣṇa, do something. Kṛṣṇa came. He just took the Patra. Something was stuck there in the Patra. He just took it and put it. And then he said, he was satisfied. Huh? And there in the river bed, Durvasa and all his disciples, they were feeling till here. How can we go and eat the food given by Yudhishthira and his brothers? Oh no, they all ran off. This is an example from Shastras to show us that when Lord is satisfied, we are all satisfied. I'm not finding peace. I'm so unhappy. I'm restless. Let me go to the temple. I do nothing. I just come to the temple. Or let me go for pilgrimage. I go to any dham. It all vibrates the energy, the spiritual potency of the Lordships, including the Dhamma, because the Dhamma is a place where the Lord enacts pastimes. And it is Nitya Leela, it is always eternal. Keeps enacting it again and again and again. You can see Narasimha Chaturdashi is about to come. About Narasimha Dev, there are different pastimes and different kalpas. So accordingly, there is a difference, slight difference, not much, we need to know. Even Varaha Avatar bore incarnation. Lord is this color, the Lord is that color. That happened very clearly the Acharyas explains, because kalpa beda. This happened in this kalpa, this happened in that kalpa. It's because of that. Because of kalpa beda, the pastimes keep happening again and again. We have all evidences from our Acharyas, from Srila Prabhupada and the Parampara, so beautiful explanations. Scientists don't believe, they need proof. So all proof is there. They misuse the proof, huh? They misuse the words that's given. They misuse it for impersonalism. They misuse it for whatever they want. That's again mentioned by Srila Prabhupada. That's why he came out with Bhagavad Gita as it is. So the scriptures has to be taken as it is. You cannot misuse or misinterpret or give your own understanding as such. And punaḥ carvita-carvaṇānām, you can't keep chewing the chew. That doesn't taste. Like Charlie Chaplin, he's a materialistic. Huh? He says, comedy, first time you laugh. You laugh to the core. Second time you laugh. You keep seeing the comedy again and again. Will you laugh? Hey, come on, what is happening? Bored. Finish. You don't laugh. It doesn't become humorous. You don't laugh. He's a materialistic person. Huh? He's giving a comment. And spiritually, it's already given here. Yugas ago. Huh? Before many years, it's given by our ancestors. It's given by our Acharya. By Lord himself. That you can't do anything as such. Materialistically, no enjoyment, no happiness. Vedanta Sutra says, Anandamayo abhyasat. We are all wanting Ananda, happiness, bliss. Ananda is bliss, more than happiness. That's why we do so many things. But what is real Ananda? Making Krishna happy. Krishna is happy, you are happy. That's why we visit temples, we hear Krishna Katha, we do. Srila Rupa Goswami mentioned so many things. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, in 1.1.12, it's also mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita, 19th chapter, and verse number 170, if I'm right. Sarvo padivinir muktam tatparatvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhakti ruchyate. By doing devotional service, we'll get two things. One is free of all material designations. I'm American, African, Indian, I am a housewife, I am this, I am that. Everything is designation. Forget it. One becomes free of all designation. And the other side effect is one becomes purified of all sinful reactions. And we are dipped totally in Krishna consciousness. Complete Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada says that what Prahlāda Maharaj is teaching here is that we should be very careful not to get another body. As mentioned in the 3rd canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, karmana deva netrena. According to one's work, you assume the body. So we have to be very careful. So we have to prepare ourselves to get next body? No. Srila Prabhupada says, to go back home, back to God, this lifetime. And Srila Giriraj Maharaj says that, Prabhupada mentioned, I am the key to the back door. I keep saying this in all my classes. I am the key to the back door. I am not pure enough. Prabhupada's disciples were telling. Prabhupada said, I am the key to the back door. Just hold me. Follow my instructions. Do whatever I have told. Just catch me. I will take you back home, back to God. And Prabhupada's disciples, great grand disciples, now disciples, grand disciples have also become gurus. All of them mention the same. The guru is there to take us back home, back to Godhead. If you come, the guru has to come again. Do you want that? And Prabhupada is declaring boldly, I'll come again and again to take back my disciples. Why you want that? And Prabhupada also mentions to his disciples directly that don't make me to come back again. You come back, you make your guru come back, and your guru comes back, his guru comes back. You make the whole lineage to come back? Come on. Have you ever thought this? You make your guru come back, your guru's guru will come back. Prabhupada, if you hear the Vyas Puja ceremonies of his disciples, they all talk about golden city. And we are living in the golden city. With this materialistic eyes we can't see. There are great mahats here who can see. Just this is a dham of Audharya, greater than Madhurya, where this is dham of mercy. You do anything and everything, Lord gives, accepts. So we have to prepare ourselves to relish devotional service and go back home, back to Godhead. If you take the fish out of water, you are putting the fish in velvet cloth. Will the fish be comfortable? I am in jail. A class, B class. Jail has many classes. They give all facilities in jail. TV or whatnot, AC. Jail is jail. You are behind bars. You can't do what you want. Just like the fish is out of water, it's not comfortable. We are all the same. Finger is cut. Finger with the body is nice. The finger without the body, what happens? So we are like that. We have come to this world, leaving Krishna. Do we want to be like this? Our aim is to serve Krishna eternally, life after life. So that's the teaching again given here, that we have to get the instructions of Mahat and we have to go back home, back to Godhead. So not like Hiranyakashipu. You have to be fearless. Have faith in the Lord. Follow the process. And go back home, back to Godhead this lifetime. Chanting is also service. When I came, I was asking a devotee, I'm not doing any service in the beginning of my devotional service. When I came to Mayapur, I was telling that devotee, I'm not doing any service. Huh? What is that? Are you not chanting daily? Yes, I'm chanting daily. That is service. Even chanting to the Lord is service. Everything which involves Krishna is kirtanam. Anything and everything that's Krishna is kirtan. So, how we can enjoy, how we can be in Ananda? We can be in Ananda this lifetime just by serving Krishna and his devotees. And the saintly son of Hiranyakashipu is giving us that instruction through his own example, that yes, we can do that. We can become purified this lifetime just by performing devotional service. Even if you are not pure, hold your acharya, your spiritual master. Follow the instructions. You will be taken home by your spiritual master. Why do you even worry? Have that faith. But that faith, Shraddha is important. Faith is very much important. So that's being said here, that there is no possibility of understanding Krishna and his devotional service other than through a Mahatma. Prabhupada himself spoke that. And he himself showed his example that he turned hippies to happies all over the world. There are great many devotees now. Srila Prabhupada's time, how many temples were there? Now how many temples are there? How many devotees are there? There are devotees who gave up their lives, following the footsteps of Prahlāda Mahārāja. They have given their lives for devotional service. Open-heartedly they gave their lives. There are many life examples if you come across that they gave their lives for devotional service. Srila Bhakti-charu Maharaj. He said, I am in Srila Prabhupada's army, I will stand in the front. COVID time, there is no need for him to travel, but still he travelled. I am ready to give up. If my life goes in that, what's there to worry? We are lucky that we have Srila Prabhupada's disciples. We can't see Srila Prabhupada. There are people who have, devotees who have already seen Srila Prabhupada. We are lucky at least to see them, to be in their association. Mahat Seva. We have that opportunity to serve them and go back this lifetime. So, we are not supposed to be in carvita-carvaṇānām. You can't keep chewing the chewed, come out of it. Involved in devotional service. You read 100 times. And now I have lost the count of reading Bhagavad Gita. My guru read 10 times. So, before my initiation, I wanted to read Bhagavad Gita 100 times. I did that. Reading is different. I'm not studying. Reading is just like reading. I don't get mesmerized. I just read 100 times, finish. Now I have lost count how many times I've read and studied. It's not reading, I've studied. Even Bhagavatam for that matter. Keep reading and studying and just not studying. Jnanam, Vijnanam, put it into practice, practical application. So, Shri Prahlāda Mahārāja, the saintly son of Hiranyakashipu, is giving us instructions. Just by practicing devotional service by the instructions of Mahatma, we'll all become pure devotees, as our Acharyas mentioned. With this, I end. Is there any comments or questions?
Hare Krishna. Mataji, you were saying like how we are not ready to go back this lifetime and then you're making your guru come back. Can you be more explicit on what does it mean that the guru comes back?
Again, that also has many intricacies. The guru comes back to a sincere disciple, not for everybody. You follow, we are not going back this lifetime. Then the guru comes back to take the devotee back, home, back to God. Life after life, it's the same guru. The guru is not changed. It's the same guru. There are again examples in scriptures how the guru comes back and takes back in any form. He takes back his disciple in any form. So we have to be very careful and we have to be sincere enough. And as I said, even if you don't know that you are purified, just hold to the process, follow the instructions strictly. The guru assures that he will take back home, back to God. Prabhupada himself assures. So just, our thought is just follow the instructions strictly in determination, sincerely, so that we go back home this lifetime. Does that answer your question? Thank you. Any other questions, comments? Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you for beautiful lecture. Mataji, as you said in lecture that like when Kṛṣṇa is happy, so we are happy. But Kṛṣṇa is already happy, so why we are not happy?
Nice question. Thank you for that. Kṛṣṇa is happy. Why we are not happy? We are not happy because we are not making Kṛṣṇa happy. A father has many children. At the outside, is the father sullen? Always the father seems happy, isn't it? But if you see the parents, they become happy when the child makes them happy. Are we making them happy is the question. We are not happy because we are not sincere, we are not falling out with things. But if we are sincere and we are doing things for the happiness of the Lord, serve Kṛṣṇa, that is our motto. Serve the devotees. Directly we can't serve Kṛṣṇa, we serve devotees. That's the verse, Gopi Bhatur Pada Kamilo. Servant of the maid servant. We are servants. So we do Vaishnava Seva then automatically Lord becomes happy. We do, in the morning, Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur sings Guru Ashtaka. We sing that. We don't sing anything else in the morning. Samsara Dava is the prayer to Guru. He represents all demigods. There are 33 crore demigods. The Guru represents everybody. Radha Krishna is happy when you are doing that. You are glorifying your Guru. You can see Krishna becomes happy not by his glorification. He tells Arjuna, you declare that my devotee will never perish. So, we have to make, as children, we have that responsibility to make our parents happy. He is a supreme father. We have to make him happy. At outside, yes, Lord is always happy. He is always blissful. As the Vedanta says, Anandamaya Abhyasat, we are in search of happiness because that is our eternal nature. Ananda, bliss. Does that answer your question? Thank you. Thanks to everybody for your wonderful questions. We end here. Hari Om Tat Sat. Srimad Bhagavatam Granth Raj ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Gurudev ki jai, Ananta Kodi Vaishnavanda ki jai, Nithai Gaura Premanande. Hari Hari.